Hello, everyone. Welcome to Passport to Ubuntu. I'm Scott,
And
How-
Ezekiel.
and we're with you here today on this beautiful.
Relaxed day. We took a dip in the lagoon.
Yeah,
It was hot.
yeah. It was hot earlier.
Yeah.
Now the breeze is just right. It's just perfect, and we are enjoying things in this Saturday evening.
Yeah.
You
Can't do
know,
it too long because it's gonna get dark soon.
yeah, that's
Because we're
wonderful.
outside, we didn't turn on the light.
Yeah, so it's still in Shabbat and just relaxing here. And what is it that we wanted to talk about?
I guess it's housekeeping or alarm, warning.
Right.
Something in that nature.
Alarms,
Caution
there's a lot of one thing that I've noticed since I've been here, um, regarding a lot of people that are moving here
from the States.
from the States. There's a lot of misinformation out there about immigration and about how to, um, get integrated into
South Africa.
South Africa.
Hmm.
And we do plan to have our immigration consultant, a legal expert, come on the show,
We're
so
just
that
trying to work the schedules right now.
right, so that we
Yeah.
can have an expert answer some visa questions and stuff like that.
Especially the fact that there's changes coming down the pipeline. If they
Yeah.
have not already
Implemented them.
implemented them, I don't know yet. But she will definitely be able to answer those questions as well.
Uh-huh. And so one thing I want you guys to be aware of, there is a proper process to long-term residency.
There's a proper, there's an improper, and then there is a downright illegal.
Right.
Okay?
you know,
So,
and it's,
go ahead.
no, I was just going to say it's really important to know what those processes are. I used to watch, and I still do. I would watch videos of people, who move into Africa, various African countries, and I noticed a lot of people. I used to see a lot of people from Tanzania express all the problems they were having, and one thing I noticed after listening to so many different stories of people having problems getting long-term visas there,
Yeah.
is that most of those people came there on a 90-day visa, and then they were trying to apply for a long-term visa while they were there in the country. And with most countries, to get a long-term visa, a visa more than 90 days, right, you usually have to apply for that at that country's embassy in your home country.
Right.
So those people were probably talking to people. Now, I fault the immigration officials there. They should have informed them, but they were basically just taking their money and nickel and diming them, and these people were never really um, getting properly serviced. And I think it was just because they were going about the process the wrong way. They didn't
Yeah.
understand, that most countries you have to apply for a visa in your country through their embassy. And countries do that because they don't want to be stuck long term with the wrong people. They're vetting you, basically, right? They don't want to find something on a criminal background report while you're in their country. You know what I'm saying? And you could
Yeah.
possibly commit a crime or do something. So they want to find all that stuff out, that information out first before you come, and check that information through their embassy. So that's just kind of a foundational thing to keep in mind when you're looking for a visa long term, or you plan to be in a country long term. I think it's wise to explore which is the right visa for you, to try to apply for it.
I would also add, because a lot of times people will say, "Oh, I did my research," and their research was YouTube, and we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
And I'm gonna keep saying it. We can only share our process, what we had to provide or whatnot, go through to get our visa, but everybody's stories is different. You must, and the type of research you should be doing is really talking to a professional, right?
Right.
Because when it comes to the immigration, there's so many nuances. There's even visas that are not even on the DHA website, right?
Right.
And you may think you qualify for one, and here you go, you're going to do the whole application on your own. It can be a bit tedious, so that's why I'm stating that. But if you decide to do it on your own and you think you qualify for this, and really there's a little bit of nuance that you may have been able to qualify, but you didn't know there was something else that was needed to add to your application, right? So I would definitely advise, I'm coming from, like, listen, sister to you guys, I'm definitely going to advise, research is not YouTube, okay? So reach out. When I mean research is not YouTube,
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you're in that stage of, I want to apply. You need to talk to a professional. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to use the law firm or the immigration company. It's just that you can have your questions answered, and or ask new questions that may come up based on what they ask.
You know, bottom line with anything, I mean, you want to talk to people that can give good advice, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we've only been here going on 7 months soon. Right there, a long time. It seems wow, but we're only here. We're still limited, right? So, as much as it's great that people can ask us, we're open book. We will help those who want to listen, but we will always still advise you. Please check with the professional, because it's just you erase unnecessary hurdles that could have easily been avoided, headaches that could have been easily avoided, and money that could easily have been saved.
You're right.
Right? You can try to see there could be shortcuts, there could be exceptions, but a law firm can give you that, a legal way about that, right? So
Or an immigration service,
or
basically.
immigrant, even they have to have a reputation, because I have seen and heard some immigration services literally just came up and they're giving wrong information, right? Oh, we can do this, you can do this, you can do this, and then people are getting tied up, and it's just costing them money when you could just do one process, call it a day, get that visa in which that you qualify.
Because you got people out here telling folks that it's easy to get political asylum.
No, it's not.
Now listen, I understand, and I'm gonna touch on this again too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to this, but I understand. Back in the States, there's a lot of chaotic things going on.
Let me turn on the light.
Okay, that's obvious, right? I get that, but when you think about asylum, unless your life is in direct danger, or when you think about refugee status, think about the other countries and places that. Why, it's too dark?
Yeah, it's getting dark. Oh, let me see.
Wait, what does it look like?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay, so think about countries that where people are getting refugee status, right?
Haiti.
Think about Haiti, the Gaza,
Honduras.
Hold on, listen, Haiti, Gaza, or Palestine, whatever, the Gaza,
Ukraine.
the Ukraine. Think about those countries and what they're faced with day after day on a daily basis, and now compare that to your experience in the United States and ask yourself, now listen, I get the situation there. I get how it feels, especially as black people. Okay, I 125% understand all of that. But when you lay it out and you look at Haiti, when you lay it out, this is what a country is going to do, a nation. They're looking at Haiti. They're looking at people in the Ukraine. They're looking at Palestine or the Gaza. They're looking at all these places around the world. You do not become priority for them to make special concessions for you to come into the country when you hopped on a plane and you're now renting in one of the high-end luxury estates in their country, right? You're not going to be prioritized as an asylum seeker unless things get far worse than where they're at in the United States. So no,
we're not there yet.
so no, you know it's not
heading
easy.
there maybe, but it's
heading there perhaps.
Yeah.
But right now, you still have time to come visit let's say you're interested in South
You have time
Africa.
to plan.
You have time to
Plan.
make a visit. All right, if you like it, it's confirmed to you that this is where you're supposed to be. Great. Now you have time to research the type of visa that you should apply for a long-term stay. When I say long-term, I mean something more than 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Because you can do on your to come here and visit. All you need is an
Your
American
passport.
passport. They'll stamp it at the airport once you get here for 90
90
days,
days.
right? And as a tourist, you have an opportunity to even extend that
Yeah.
an additional 90 days, so you can be here for 6 months. But then after that, they're going to want you to leave the country. Now, you have to leave the region, right? You can't just stay in the Southern African region, technically, right? Because some people like to do what they know as border hops, just go across the border and then come back and renew their visa. And depending on the agent you deal with, they may or may not let you come.
Yeah, they can.
You have to leave the it's like the SADC, the SADC region, the Southern African region, and go to another region or go back to the States in order to come back and renew that visa, right? So a tourist visa gives you 90 days, at the most an extended 6 months. But after that, if you plan to be here for longer than 6 months, I would suggest that you look into other visa options, right? And you can do that, and I believe right now there's still time to do that. I think because the thing is this, if you don't, and then you get here, now it becomes expensive. Every 90 days you have to leave, right after you do that first extension. Now now it becomes more difficult to rent because a lot of landlords feel like, hey, you may not be too,
Dependable. You're a risk.
You're a risk to
You're
leave.
a risk.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna look at your visa. He's only here for 90 days. How long can I write out this lease for, right? So you're going
Now
to
they
make.
will do it,
Yeah, there are landlords that will.
but
But now what you're
most
doing.
of the time will ask you for 2 months deposit
Yeah, you don't want to
plus
be.
security.
You don't want to be in another country, living like you're shooting craps, shooting
And
dice every single
not
day.
at peace. You don't want to.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
all about peace, y'all. Peace of
And
mind.
I'm not here to throw shade on anyone,
No.
but it's just things that I've seen.
It's-
I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm actually a little surprised that I'm seeing so many people do these kinds of
I'm
things.
not. Wherever there's misinformation, things like
Okay.
that does happen. This is just cleaning house, right? We're just giving you guys, because we care and because we really want those who feel like this is where they want to live, we want you guys to do it right, because it's not just you, but it's also those who are coming behind you, right? So we do not want to create a chaotic approach where now South Africa is looking like at African Americans or Americans as a risk factor.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we're not there.
We're not there yet. But you don't
At
want to.
all.
You
I'm
don't,
not even gonna say yet, but we don't want to create that notion. So
No.
come respectfully. It's like, there's an example that you used prior to was, if somebody's coming to your house, would you like them to come in forcefully or in such a conniving way and be in your home? No, you would not like that. You would like to invite them, understanding the boundaries, understanding the time frame, and you would like them to respect that. So it's that same concept. You're coming to somebody's country, and I'm not talking about people who are seeking asylum. I'm not talking about people who need to flee their country. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Americans. We're not in that state, right? Mm-hmm. So coming here, come respectfully, come planned out, be strategic, use wisdom, and stay legal.
And to my faith people, I'm gonna say this: a lot of our folks, a lot of African Americans, when we travel, especially to the continent, a lot of us do it, with emotions. They want to be in the motherland. They feel a calling. Maybe they had a vision of Kwame Nkrumah or Nelson Mandela, or the Lord spoke to them to be here. And listen, I'm a man of faith, and for one thing, the times that we live in, the Lord does not want us to operate in fear. Number one, right? He wants us to move by faith, meaning trusting Him for His guidance and for His wisdom, right? So, He tells us in the Word to respect laws and magistrates and governments and so on and so forth. You want to do things in decency and in order, so that you want to do things in a way that protects you, right? You want to make sure that the Word of God says what knowledge is a defense, right? So you want to be you want to be you want to make sure that you set yourself in a place where you can succeed and prosper, right? And move with wisdom and guidance in how you do things, right? You don't want to.
I would just repositioning. It's getting dark.
Yeah, you don't want to do things haphazardly,
Right.
and you don't want to move by fear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, so God is calling you into a place is so that you can be a voice, a witness in that place. It's not, He may tell you to leave something because it's not healthy or great for you to be there, but He doesn't want you to move with haste
Right.
and fear. And I'm seeing people do that, right? And not just purely with emotion, neither. You got to move purposefully. Africa is not a place to come to off of your emotions. I'm going to just say that. It's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's for purpose driven people, right? Even if you didn't figure it out, you know that there's some purpose for you to be here, and you want to figure that out pretty quickly, right? So, just keep that in mind. The things the information that I'm sharing with you, or the insight that I'm giving you, is for the purpose that you can make a peaceful transition, so that you can maybe you are the person in your family that's going to prepare the ground for others to come, right? But you want to do it the right way.
Right, and I like in regards to advices and stuff like, I would advise you guys to be cautious if you're speaking with people who only been here on a visitor's visa, like, and getting permanent visa advice, long-term visa advice, right? Because they don't really know the process. They haven't gone through the process. So, I know I'm reiterating the fact that get a professional advice. I mean, we're here. We're also, for anyone who has questions, we have a lot of people who reached out, right? And we're gonna be consistent with it. We're always going to tell you, reach out to IBN, reach out to Smith & Co. They do free consultations. You don't have to get their stuff. You can ask questions, right? Get informed. YouTube is great and all, but it's still partial, right? It's incomplete.
Right. You want to talk to someone who's a licensed professional,
Yeah.
a subject matter professional in that.
Who knows this?
Like
They know it in and
like
out.
like I'm a licensed insurance agent, right? It's better to talk to an insurance agent about insurance than your cousin and them. Okay,
Right.
they may be well-meaning. Well-meaning people can be misinformed.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
when you are the professional, you get the updates first, the changes first. So what you maybe have known, for example, there's a few changes that happened that from our time when we moved here in September. So there's some things that they're not accepting, depending on the consulate that you go to. So these are things in which someone who is well informed, who is a professional,
who's getting updates?
who's been doing it for a long time,
Right.
who is in the know, constantly receiving communication from the government, the Department of Immigration, so when they're doing their applications for clients, they're doing it right. So be very mindful of the information. If it sounds off, most likely it may be off.
Right.
Right? Double check, triple check. Get a professional. That's the best way to double check information. Right? I don't want people coming out here. Well, he didn't say nothing. Only thing he said, or Scott said, is talk to a professional. Get consultation. Do not be moved emotionally by people imposing fear to get here because they may want money from you, or they may have a whole nother agenda that you may play a part in what it is that they're trying to do, or just the fact they're just not giving good information, right? So just be mindful, be very mindful, be vigilant, plan out. It's you will have time. You are in a good position to plan out. We really are. So I would definitely say be very, very careful with the information that you're consuming regarding the visa. Even information about South Africa, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Just even that, about Africa within itself. But when it comes to the visas, which is our main focus here, be very, very careful with the information which you're consuming, because you do not want to come here thinking one thing and then find out that it was illegal, or finding out that may not be illegal, but it's sketchy. It can put you in a position where you have to return.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Or be marked undesirable. You don't want that to happen.
Oh, 5 years
and,
out?
Yeah,
I think it's like 5 years they kick you out.
5 years or something like that, And listen, I'm not, I'm not going, I'm not going to snitch on nobody about anything. I'm warning people.
I'm warning.
I just warn.
I'm
That's all I do.
Business here. I'm minding my business.
I warn. You know what I'm saying?
I'm minding my business.
I warn.
I don't know anyone. I'm just saying things that
Right.
we've been hearing in the grapevine, and I'm like, ooh. So be careful. Be careful. I definitely was. Even if I do hear someone, I will definitely direct them to a professional so they can get things correct, right? In order, should I say? Get things in order, because you do. Especially if you're trying to do business here, you're trying to live. If this is where you want to move, you want to live in a place where you can be at peace. Right? Not looking over your shoulder or thinking somebody's going to knock at your door or get a letter or something like that stating you overstayed your visa or you did this process wrong.
Somebody
blah, blah,
told
blah.
me about a situation they had. Now this gentleman, I think he's got like a retirement visa or whatever visa he has, and he was joining with a community
Yeah, he has a
of
retirement visa.
of African Americans. They were in a rural area here in South Africa. They had their own little community. And he just he told us about this experience, that how he just arrived, joined up with this community, and maybe a week or two later, immigration raided the place and took about a dozen or so people to jail because they had overstayed their visas.
And
Somehow,
I believe he ended up paying them.
Him and somebody else helped bail them out, right?
Yeah.
But, of course, now they're going to be marked as undesirables. They have to leave the country and, they can't come back for 5 years. And so, for one thing, I'm going to say this. Be mindful of the groups of people you link up with.
Yes.
When you make those kind of moves, right?
Please.
If people have set up a community, really ask them questions like, how are you set up in this community? Are you properly registered? Are you what kind of long-term visas are you on? Find that type of stuff out, right? Because if they're not, then you don't want to be a part of that, because that can draw you in and just get you messed up, right? And so, I'm glad the man didn't give up. He came back, after experiencing that, you know what I mean? But these are some of the things that people are getting caught up in, and it's really not.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. You don't need to.
You don't need to.
You know what I mean? You are not. You're not in a situation like the Ukraine.
Right.
At least not now, right? And so, like I said, you don't want to create additional headaches for yourself. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You don't want to move this far and then get
This
caught
far.
up.
It's
Yeah,
far.
it's far away.
15 hours for us.
Right.
Imagine if you're coming from California.
This ain't like me driving from Cleveland to Toronto.
Yeah.
Then I just head back.
Peace
right?
of mind. You wanna do where you have a peace of mind, clarity. You know you did everything right. You have no issues. All you do is building a new life, a new chapter in your life, and that's it.
You want to be even the more sober-minded in a new place, right? Because you don't know as much, and you want to be vigilant.
Yeah,
Right?
and even in the
You know,
connecting with people, connecting with the right people. South Africa, I love you guys. I mean, South Africans, you are your family. I love the way you move. I mean, no one's perfect, but we have no complaints. Like, we never had any negative, really experience that we had like a little hurdles here and there. Yeah, but it's nothing that we were not prepared for,
hmm
right?
and some of our own hurdles were kind of self inflicted. Like when we moved to that place and
Right,
stuff like that, we didn't
exactly.
visit it first and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
So those but for the most part, I mean, South
That was
Africa.
it, though.
Yeah, for the most part, South Africans, man, will they'll welcome you in. I mean,
And they'll help.
and they'll
They will
help.
help.
You know,
Listen, you still gotta be discerning. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you don't be coughing out money for people to help. That's not it. I'm talking about more just advising or showing you certain things, telling you something. But connect with people, network. I don't believe moving to another country and never intermingling with the locals. I just don't believe with that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Haitian, right? And anybody who knows Boston, New York, Florida, we have our own little community in regards to how just to you need that support system, of course, right? But we never removed ourselves from integrating, from learning the language, the English, should I say, from just knowing how to navigate and do and live right amongst the natives there. So it's same thing with South Africa. Like I'm so grateful that Israel, our son, loves the school. He's making friends, even here in the complex, connecting with friends. One parent actually asked him to watch his son Kevin. Right? Can you watch him for me while I go to the gym? Because the gym and the pool right behind us, they're next to each other. So I mean, it's just that type of care that we have been receiving. I can't talk for everybody, but I know for us, I mean, when it comes to our kids, my goodness,
Honestly, I haven't heard too many people really have issues.
Me neither.
man.
Me neither.
Really,
I haven't either. But
you know.
I'm just saying, I can only speak for myself.
Right. No, I get it.
You know.
I mean, not saying that. I mean, people are people everywhere, right?
Yeah, people are people.
People are people everywhere.
The same way you would have moved in the States. You know, you're
Right.
not just gonna link up with people just because. You know,
Right.
you got to do your due diligence. You know, see how you vibe with the person. See what they're saying. Is that does it put an alarm? You know, is there a red flag somewhere? It's the same thing, right? But we haven't had any issues, especially with our kids. I'm telling you, South Africa, my God, how they give me so much peace when it comes to the kids.
Oh, and I was gonna say this
go
too. Now there are things you can do on a 90-day visa.
Right.
You can purchase property.
Surely can.
You know, there's stuff you can do, right? But I'm talking about what I'm saying is if you plan to be here for a long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even if you're on a long-term visa, you can still travel. You can still leave the country and come back.
Right.
You're
right.
not. You don't have to be here.
You don't have to stay here.
You
You
don't
can
have to
go
be
in
here.
and out.
You go in and out, go to other
Peacefully.
places.
Peace of mind. We're not worrying, oh my God, are they going to
Right.
let me back in or not?
Right. You don't have to worry about that.
So, I mean, I'm
sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. But I definitely say come and visit.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying we never had any issues with the kids, especially the kids. But that's a whole nother video because I have to share some stuff. Woo! My goodness.
Oh,
but,
the kids, man.
Yeah, but just come on a visit. I can only talk for myself. Anybody knows so far from watching our videos, we will always vouch for the real South Africa. That's whom we use to come visit here. Hands down.
That was our first visit.
It was awesome. Like, hands off, right? Everything was handled. They gave us, the freedom they knew our purpose of what we were coming here, and they orchestrated it and created an itinerary for that.
I don't know if they just
right?
do that, do they?
But if you're like in real estate, you're trying to buy real estate.
Oh yeah, they got
real
the real estate tour and stuff. Yeah, and then I think what they the stuff they're gonna put together is gonna give you a good feel
Oh
for
my,
the country. You're
hands
gonna have a good
down.
time.
Like,
You have a good time.
there's other
you know.
tourism companies. I'm not saying they're not good and whatever.
That's
If-
just the one we use.
Yeah,
That's the
if
one
you're,
we use.
you know, they are expensive, but it's really pretty much the same price for most
Yeah, it is.
tourism companies,
Yeah.
right? But I can only vouch for them because we use them, and I mean, we stayed a month.
Yeah,
They
we stayed a month.
they took care of everything for us for a whole month, right? And it gave us the clarity we needed to move here.
Yeah.
And it took us 4 years to plan here because everybody's situation is different. We know people who came and then boom, went home and decided they're gonna start the visa process right away. We couldn't do that. That's not our story, right? And plus, we end up getting pregnant in between all that and all that stuff. So everybody's story is different. Respect your story. Go with the process that you need to go. But please come and visit. Please come and visit. Please come and visit.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be complaining a bit because you were not prepared for some stuff,
For some things,
right?
yeah.
So definitely come and visit. I know people may say they're expensive, whatever, but honestly, you're paying for what you're getting, and what you're getting, hands down, beautiful service, right? You don't have to use them,
No, you don't.
but please come visit. And
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure in all their videos, because I watch them all the time. Hey, they tell you visit first. They've been here for almost a decade.
Yeah.
Visit first. These are the type of people that I'm gonna take advice from. These are the type of people where I'm gonna be like, if I can get to them and ask them some questions, I'm gonna ask, because they've been here, they're grounded, they understand the dynamic, so you're gonna get more of a sound, well-informed advice, right? So definitely be careful of what you're hearing. Anybody who say, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do this, so many you can do's, but they never did.
You
Right?
can talk to this person and this person,
And then this person
him.
and this person sends you to this person. Yeah, that's a headache. That's a headache. You know,
Right.
so I definitely do. Anything immigration can be, tedious.
Yeah.
Anything immigration, like I can definitely tell you, immigrating into America is 30 times of a headache compared to immigrating to South Africa. Matter of fact, it is very easy
And then remember too,
and inexpensive.
It's probably, I know traveling as an American is usually easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because a lot of countries like Haiti, you probably just to come on a tourist visa.
You have to have a host. You have to have
An
a endorsement letter
Yeah,
saying they will
letter.
take care of you. They are responsible of you. There's a lot of steps to do, and that doesn't even guarantee that you're going to get it.
And so so Americans that normally don't face that when they travel,
No.
but they think that it's just going to be that simple when I want to live there long term, right?
And the same thing. South Africans don't have to deal with that. So asking us just a regular South African, hey, how do you think I could do a visa? They won't really know because they don't have to deal with it. They're citizens here. This is their home.
Just like when somebody asks you how to immigrate into America,
You're
you're
know.
clueless, right?
You don't really know.
That's why that's why when it comes to the politics of immigration, most Americans are clueless about it.
Clueless.
You never had the
Ill-informed.
experience.
Ill.
You never had to
Informed.
experience it, right?
Yeah.
You're a citizen. So
Ill-informed.
you just went and registered. You just did what you had to do. You didn't have to take those extra steps. So
No.
you got to talk to people that go through the experience, and also people who are trained and licensed and subject matter experts, where this is their bread and butter, where they're going to make sure that you do things the right way so that you can.
Because
enjoy
if you
yourself
don't, you are
you send yourself
costing yourself.
Yeah,
It's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you.
From financially, peace of
Mental
mind,
yeah.
right? And did I say financially? Financially, because what you would have paid just by using an immigration, a credible immigration service or law firm wouldn't even match what you would be doing to try to do shortcuts. There's no need to. There's no need to. I wouldn't advise anybody would. The Norris family does not advise people to do shortcuts
Right.
when you definitely don't need to.
And I mean, and some people are able to fill out their own visa application.
But that's not shortcuts. That's not what I'm saying. Shortcuts.
Oh, yeah.
You can fill out your
shortcut.
application. That's not shortcuts. You're doing the process and
Right.
providing documents. I'm talking about shortcuts where, you know, if I come here and stay and overstay maybe and then apply for this. No, they're going to be like, you need to go back to your country.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now, I know Americans don't really know much about, or heard, more so heard than really know much about the whole marriage concept, right? Where if you marry a U.S. citizen, now the process is different for every country, and America takes it seriously, right? It's a process, right? So I know there's just different options out there. If you talk to a professional, you will know what will fit best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Based on your situations, based on your household, because it's just because we came. I think we might have been the first remote worker visa person, right? I have not heard anybody have done the remote workers visa yet. Have you?
I'm sure some other people have.
No, I'm not. When we did it, I don't think because they just approved that it was just approved when we did it. So we could have been the first one. So us going on a remote visa most likely is going to look different from your household going on a remote visa, right? Because you may have 2 kids, you may have no kids. It could be where your job will require certain things before they sign on a letter that's saying that they'll allow you to do to work remotely, or you work for yourself. So how many? What's the requirement if you work for yourself, right? And how does that work if that's what you're gonna do? So it's not gonna look the same. So definitely reach out to a professional, credible, not just somebody who just heard from, hey, I heard this guy does it and I spoke with him, I think he'll fit, and they haven't even gone through the process with the guy yet. Right? So a credible, they have receipts. They have receipts of doing this, right? Of helping others getting in. That's who you need to be talking with, getting the information. In regards to visiting, if you can't use the Blantons or a tourist company, plan yourself to come visit. It's really very easy. It's like going to Florida. Like if you get what I'm saying. Like you live in Boston and you go to Florida for a vacation. Only difference is it's a long flight. But you can book hotels online. You can get Ubers here. You can move around. It's not complicated, right? So you just have to network, because you may not know certain things. You might have to do the red bus. You can do the red bus to tour around and stuff, but it's just more legwork for you to plan your own, which is fine. Some people just love that, which is perfect. But come and visit to make sure that this is what you would like to do, right? This is where you would like to live, should I say. And it may not be right away. It may be right away. Everybody's story is different. Go with your story. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing it their way. Don't let anyone, how do I say this? Don't just take any advice and run with it without it being from a professional, a credible professional, should I say, right? So just be mindful of this. Like Scott said, be careful of the groups that you are in. I don't care if it's Facebook, not YouTube, what is that called? WhatsApp, any of that, whatever, how many they do groups that I can't think of. Be careful of those, because that can also get you in trouble, right? And get you frustrated, and not even trouble, just frustrated, because you're seeing that things are not moving, right? Or you're getting information that's giving you a red flags and stuff. So just be careful. We just wanted to share this with you guys because we want those who know that this is where they want to live to get here. We want you guys to get here, experience living here, experience the beauty of Ubuntu here. Ubuntu. You know, experience the hospitality, the food, the fun. There's a lot of things to do. I'm boring-ish. I like to stay home, but I go out here and there. There's stuff to do, you know, to enjoy life, right? You don't have to wait until you retire to really live life. And I'm learning that even more so being here, and how South Africans do not play with their vacation, and they do not play when they get off. 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they're off. And I don't blame them. I work. I'm out. I'm not picking up phones. I'm going to go enjoy myself. They come out here, enjoy themselves in the pool, the lagoon. They go out, have a good time, go and rest. They have a good time living life. You want to be able to be here and really experience not the hustle and bustle only, but, you know, really enjoying having fun. Just having fun.
Yeah.
And stuff. And those who have kids, I mean, it has been such a pleasant experience. I think just about every video I'm saying this, but it just has been such a pleasant experience.
I'll give you an example. One time I was I had to go to the car. We were at down in Rosebank, an area called Rosebank, and I had the car parked in the parking garage, underground parking. And anyway, I had my daughter with me, and in a stroller, and so a lady, you know, starts talking to my daughter, and she gave her 10 rand.
Gave her 10 rand because.
Gave her 10 rand just because. You know, I'm like, man, I need to parade her around.
And let her start crying. Man, they looked at me like I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I didn't do nothing. She's crying. But, you know, it's just that, you know, because we went to, it was Israel's leadership. I think I posted a little video of them singing their leadership ceremony induction, right, at his school, which was beautiful. And she got a little antsy. And everyone looked at me like, leave the child alone. I'm like, I ain't doing nothing to her. She's you know, feeling a little unrest and stuff. So I was moving her. I was, you know, leaving the what do they call it? The stadium or the hall, so that she's not disrupting. She won't disrupt the ceremony that was about to start. And one woman, a parent, was like, just not one, a few of them. They're like, let her roam. Just let her roam. Let her run. Let her enjoy herself. In the States, I'm sorry, they're not going to tell you to do that. They're going to be like, get the child. Can you please step out with your child so that... But no, here was like, she's a kid. You broke... It was like, you broke her... It's because you broke her orange. You know how you take the orange apart? And I didn't even break it. She dropped it, and it came apart. And then she was fussing about it and stuff. So I was trying to give it back to her. It's like, it's okay. And the lady, she's a sweetheart. She was like, it's because you broke it. You broke her heart, her orange. Okay? It's because you broke her orange. Let her roam. And then had the nerve, my daughter, she gave her a high five. Gave her a high five. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even do anything. But it's just the compassion, the awareness that they have for children, for me, is, I have to say, is a breath of fresh air and a relief, right? It's not easy raising kids already, you know, especially when you have one who wants to be a teenager and another one who wants to beat up the teenager, right? And you know, you're working, husband's working, you're doing other... I mean, it's a lot. Those parents know it is a lot. But to have outside support that way, in a sense, it's not even support. It's more like you can do it. You know, like, you got this. And then encourage, and then really be mindful of your child as well. And it's not theirs. You know, and they look at your child like they're theirs. Like, people here know Israel, the security guard. They know Israel. They know Samara, you know, and they know that these are our kids. So they're very intent, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
aware. I guess I
well,
say.
I mean, you know, you're seen. Right?
Yes, you're seen.
Okay, so it's you know, Ubuntu is all about re- acknowledging your humanity, acknowledging your existence.
They
right?
come right in if
So
she's
you know, our
crying
people
or
here are
anything. I remember they
very
always
much
take
connected
her.
to each other.
Like when she's crying or something like that, they were like, "Let me have her," and they'll calm her down, walk her down near the pond or something like that to calm her down. I would have never done that in the States. Ain't nobody trying to touch my kid. I don't know if you're gonna take her and run away with her, but I felt it feels safe, right? Of course, if it didn't, I wouldn't let it. I wouldn't allow it, but it's just the how they welcome and how they love your child as if it's their own. I feel my heart is just overwhelmed. I'm so grateful that we moved here during this time where they're young to experience this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody who knows Israel's a talker. I mean, he will go. He went down there one day. I think he talked that lifeguard head out. Like, remember when he was,
yeah.
oh
Yeah,
my goodness, he was just
one of
talking.
the lifeguards here.
And the lifeguard's like, so how was America? And he's going. Israel can talk. He did not shut him off. He didn't like not pay attention, even though he was still paying attention to the pool. I mean the lagoon, but he was really attentive to what he was saying. I mean, it was a good minute he was talking to him, and stuff. And even the guards at the gate, how they communicate with him as well. It's just beautiful. It really is, and to me, I guess that's one of the main highlights. That anytime something may feel hard or whatever it is, I think about that, and I'm like, everything's gonna be okay. You know, everything's gonna be okay, and stuff. And we have a support system. We have people we can call and talk to and stuff like that here. I love Sharon. That's my girl. That's my girl. Whenever I need something and advice or something, somewhere to go to get XYZ, that's who I go to. She can negotiate a penny. Okay? Period. So she's my go-to when I need her. So when you move here, even when you visit, start networking then. You know, make relationships then, and stuff. Not to take, but to add to one another type of relationship, right? So that when you do move here, you already started building a community and stuff, a support system. Everybody needs someone. Right? Where we are meant to be interdependent of each other. So let's do this right. I don't have no money to bail nobody out. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm paying tuition. We don't have that money. So, but come here right, and I promise you, you come with an open mind, open heart, and still with your street smart still, but open mind. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. The opportunities here is vast. There's a lot of opportunities, especially if you're an entrepreneur, business minded, right? There's a lot of opportunities. If you plan and prepare, you will not fail. I promise you will not fail. But you got to build a community. You got to do your homework. You got to plan. You got to do it the right way.
That's true.
And you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, so I think that's about it for right now. This moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless we think about something else and we pop the camera back on.
Right.
But anyway, meanwhile, you guys be blessed and you guys take care. Okay. Bye bye. Hey.